and pot belly, greasy face, Glock heavy. Feed it safe, talking shit, do not tell me. I don't wanna see that hate, all that shit do not help me. I'm just trying to plead my case to the most high. Pray I see the gates. Eyes about the Cancun, but we just got the house instead. Covered all of their payment, and now she got the bobblehead. Looking at me like dinner, she said she about to gobble lead. Point the beam like a pencil, and then you gotta swallow lead. Point the beam like a pencil, and then you gotta swallow it. Pack my bag with essentials, I can't forget the hollow tip. Niggas losing they mental, and Satan come demolish it. Niggas all on they menstrual and get the whining like a bitch. Just like iron, they rust. Niggas trying, they luck. Keep it real, everybody out here lying. Save us, steady raising dead. They was out here lying, then dust. Niggas on my head, so the brotherhood is a must. Any hood, I be riding with my brothers that I trust. Know I'm good, cause they slime with their fingers on the clutch. Money piling like I'm trying to make it stack in the rush. One west to the death, and that ain't even enough, cause I'm coming back. I ain't never done with that, going ahead and spread your lies. I'ma let you run with that, wanting me to spread the thighs. I ain't having fun with that, nigga, hell no. Now she wanna chop it up like a lumberjack. Got some exes popping up, trying to run it back. Want me come and hit the hole like a running back. If the Lord take a soul, ain't no coming back. On my soul couldn't fold like 100 racks. I'm down for my niggas, I up for my niggas. I go and do the time, stay stuck for my niggas. I ride for my niggas, I die for my niggas. One west to the death, no lie, Lord nigga. I'm down for my niggas, I up for my niggas. I go and do the time, stay stuck for my niggas. I ride for my niggas, I die for my niggas. One west to the death, no lie, Lord nigga.
The full Nicky on my waistline like a big nigga. No limit, I'm a tank, close game, hit different. Refocus on who around, not concerned with who's missing. My boots digging, never been a house shoe. She don't like it, but she love me. I can tell when she want me. Tell, then I sit the body bag like a onesie. I'm dropping every day, let my feel clumsy. Through the pain, but we don't find shit funny. I know enough that I don't know shit. It's one thing I know this. Never bite the hand that feeds you, never lend a host. We don't want half of the world, man, we coming for this whole shit. But in the world, I was known to pack a bag like a road I'm trip. In the den with the lions, I be living this in real life. Ain't everything, but you gon' lose your soul, that's a real price. Getting led by a coward, I don't know what that feel like. Black on black, toes to my head, I can't kill Christ.
I'm down for my niggas, I up for my niggas. I go and do the time, stay stuck for my niggas. I ride for my niggas, I die for my niggas. One west to the death, no lie, Lord nigga. I'm down for my niggas, I up for my niggas. I go and do the time, stay stuck for my niggas. I ride for my niggas, I die for my niggas. One west to the death, no lie, Lord nigga.
till I rock, you little body bitch. I'ma judge your ass like she pot, you little body bitch. And I'm smooth with it, y'all zop, you little body bitch. And I switch nigga on that thought, you little body bitch. And I'ma stay turning like the cars, you little body bitch. And I'm so cold like a bond, you little body bitch. And I'm a war like that Gabar, you little body bitch. And my aim like Nana Zop, you little body bitch. Need a princess park bar, little body bitch. Or anyone down the slide, you little body bitch. Yeah, I keep a couple straps in my ride, you little body bitch. Just in case anyone wanna die, cause I'm body bitch. I got it, be right, you mad, get stoned, work hard, get play, bad bitch, my taste, we vibe, we lay, we purple, we gay, we jazz, love fame, all war, I sing.
Sure, the speakers. Test the speaker. All right, clap it up. Clap it up, Moses.
No, so there's something is on.
Salakia, just bear with me. We're just going. Yeah. What?
Look again.
Is it up?
Off now.
So you can hear me on the laptop, yeah?
Sure can hear
all
you.
Right. Yo, the ISUPK started out on West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, and we teach that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the true biblical tribes of Israel, God's chosen people, and we are affiliated with no other. Let's run through what we've got going on in the school. To the Sabbath service on the last day of the week, month, and then we'll go straight into tonight's class. So Monday night we've got the law class, the history class, Thursday night scripture breakdown class, Joshua Kodash class. All classes from Monday to Friday are run. School on Monday night law class, Wednesday night scripture breakdown class. Salakia, when I was naming the weekly, the day scripture class, they're all ran from 7 till 9. School is open for the law class, the history class, and the scripture breakdown class. The doors open. You're welcome to come down, break bread with your brothers. You're more than welcome. Come and ask your questions. Just come into class, raise your hand. We'll get start. Any statements you'd like to make, come into class, get involved. Under the command of General Yohana, that's what we do. This is what we're here for. And all classes are streamed live on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Morning 10 to 11, we have a Sabbath class served from in. So the school is open for us Blacks, so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian. Then after the Sabbath service, 10 to 11, we hit the concrete for fortnightly. Birmingham, Leicester Tower, and where's it? London. Then is Brixton, right? So they're alternative fortnightly, and every 2 weeks we run a class on Maidstone Road, Leicester, at the Caribbean Centre. The local Caribbean community in Leicester, Highfield, Maidstone Road, this. Okay, so get involved. Come, Hispanics and Native Indians. And without further ado, tonight's class. Any questions, just type into the stream. We'll get straight to your questions. Tonight's class is, what's tonight's class, Mozart?
Isolation. Yeah.
The road to destruction. Okay, and the road to destruction is it's symbolic because there's a time for the end of this kingdom, this wicked, and we as so-called blacks, Hispanics, it's not necessarily for us, but we have to be until the end. The brothers, the Akyam and in the ISUPK are patiently waiting on the.
That's right.
Our Mashiach Yahushai, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. But it is near. We don't know the last hour, the last day, but it is approaching. It is approaching with every breathing second. And prepare ourselves for the return of our King. And by doing that, our records, our historical records, our history. And that is the Holy Bible. King James. There is no book like this in the world. You cannot find a book like this. Records as accurate as this in the world. No flaws, no faults. I mean, we know from our history that the so-called blacks, Hispanic, indigenous people, we are God's chosen people, the true Hebrew Israelites of the. We're debating every Friday. We've got a podcast after the Lashawan Kodash class, hosted by Dungabar, called On the Ends, radio show, where weekly imams from the mosque, your Christian pastors from your elders, and it's becoming it's just mauling and destroying the doctrine of so-called leaders of these denominations. It's a spiritual, and if you tune in and get the gist of BK, you will understand that you are closer to the truth anywhere in your life before. That being said, we're preparing ourselves for, if you would, Mozart, get me Proverbs 3 and 5. We'll start with Proverbs. We've got laws, statutes, and commandments, and these laws enter into the kingdom on a level that all enter into this kingdom on. You know, there's levels to all walks of life. For the elect, the 144,000 elect, we are going into the kingdom on a different, Gentiles and your heathens, the 17 nations that the touches on, and that is nations that are not of the Israel and Gentiles that are within our nation, the so-called Indians that are stuck up in that Christian church, whatever denomination they're in, they are not in the truth. That being said, let's kickstart the class with Proverbs 3.
The book of Proverbs 3, verse 5. Trust in the Lord.
Do what?
Trust in the Lord.
Trust in the Lord. How do we trust in the Lord, Moses? It's not difficult. We trust in our Father. He is the one that designed all this. He is the one that creation. He is the one that gave us an inheritance. He is the specific nation of people, a specific nation of people in his name. Read on.
With all and lean not unto thine own understanding.
Okay, and how do we lead? When we start straying into that Christian church, and that is our people stuck up in. Now, it's one thing. I know this isn't happened happened gradually over 2,000 years since into the land of Ham, Africa, where it took a while, but we started inheriting their cultures, especially 500 years ago, Africa, and began to trade with these indigenous, namely the Hamites. Okay, and the first thing we was taught after we were Hamites, we was from the seed of Ham. We were indigenous Aboriginal Africa. See, when we have Black History Month once a year, I think it's October, Moses. And what we've got to understand is Black History Month has come.
Right?
He's the one that gave us Black History Month. We have our Negro history. We have our Black history right here. We don't need their Black History Month, because when you check out Black History Month, it only goes back 500 years. You have to start asking yourself, you have to light bulb and asking yourself, well, why does Black History Month only go, or why do we need 1 month of the year where we learn and bring out Black history? Why are we not, why 17 other nations that are recorded in the book of Genesis come from Negro? The first Black man and woman, Adam and Eve. So then surely is the beginning and the end of their. And in these last days, it does seem like we have to face, because in these last days, the time seems to be speeding up and the weeks seem to be getting shorter, the months seem to be getting shorter. Okay, you're not gonna. The Bible teaches thief in the night. I mean, do you want to be woken up in the middle of the night? This is it. This is that hour. And it's too late for you, as so-called Blacks, Hispanics. We've got to get this right, and we've got to get it right now. And how we get it right is by getting in and start learning these laws, statutes, and commandments. Read that again, and then we'll.
Proverbs 3, verse 5. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, understanding.
Read that again, Baba Kisha.
Okay. With all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding.
The luck here. Let me just catch up with you, Baba. Trust in the Lord. Okay, read that again, Baba Kisha.
Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and understanding.
Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, not unto thine own understanding. Thine own understanding, a Christian church.
That's
Thine
right.
own understanding is breaking down in our people scriptures that you are not familiar. Get their breakdown of John 3:16 in the church. They've got no idea. And this is quite ironic. Days we're looking at false prophets, AI, are supposed to take us off track, that are supposed to give us, supposed to lead us astray. Do you understand? Take us away from, that takes us away from, you got something more, sir?
Man control now. So with all of these projection of this false image, take videos of it and put it around the world, like they show in places where they are saying that them, when you check it out, man, in the background, nothing don't go like that. But these are the deception to keep your with the agenda. So by the time you catch up, you already fall in the loop.
And that's how these idiots have got AI like their God. They've cut them, they've absolutely, even the wicked ass world that they're in, and this is having conversations, getting comfort, getting is from AI, from something that's not even real, something that is not going to fulfill that promise. Promise.
Most High.
Singular. The Most High God of the Bible. His promise to the so-called blacks, Hispanics, his promise is real. His promise is not AI. And his promise is to, this is going to be kept, and we're going to see that promise, dead or whether we're here in the flesh when our King returns. His promise, the long-suffering God that we read, he will keep his promise and we will receive our inheritance. The brother of General Hannah, keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. You got some
Man-made things they worship by their hands. Now this is where to tell about in Romans 1 verse 23, the image that make like their greatest achievement in idolatry. Picture in your house anymore. AI has become that idolatry where they say it is right.
And those of you putting your faith in AI to destruction, you're on that road to destruction.
That's right.
What we're talking about tonight. You might be saying, well, I don't follow AI. Well, guess what? You're in that. And one thing leads to another. And the ones of you that are not in any of these dumb got our so-called people, our blacks, Hispanics, and natives stuck in their houses, worshipping and device, gadget, robot, that is never going that they make to you. And you're sitting there talking or through your device and getting comfort and reassurances, boost, and all kinds of reassurances that are never going to take place or you something that resembles the truth. Yes, when you're self Mozart, when you're looking, when you're reflecting, when you're your real age, it might tell you you're not getting any young on in the world, and you might resonate to these things, but what teaching you and telling you and promising you, it is leading you further and further. Let's watch this video. We're not going to watch all of it. It's about 4 or 5 minutes of it. And we'll stop and break it down. If you've got anything to add, Moses, and add something. And add whatever you want. Pray that we
Hello? Hello, sir. Yeah. Can I?
Can you hear me? Just check on YouTube. You can hear. Okay, so if you and you so if you hear what the narrator's saying, okay. So first and foremost, he's not ISUPK. He's saying is not necessarily the truth, but we can resonate to what he's talking about. It appears like time's speeding up, and we are running out of time. Time, the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, and that's why we're teaching you. You need to get in one of the as soon as possible. Stop delaying the inevitable, because he's going to return, and he's going to return, and he's going to serve judgment. Those of you that are following AI, those of you that are stuck up in any religion, Christianism, Buddhism, Egyptology, any of the denominations, the Marcus Garvey doctrine, going back to Africa, to Gambia, going home, when we are not indigenous to Africa, we are indigenous to going to be served a judgment, and I guarantee your judgment is not going to be a reward. Now's the time to let's get this right. Now's the time to start learning these laws, statutes, Most High God.
That's right.
And if you think AI can get you out of this pickle, you're delulu, because AI is not going to help you. Even if AI, imagine AI took over the world and created do you think them robots are any match to the military band of angels that Yahweh?
Never.
These robots will get squashed within an hour. Military armies on this earth are not going to save you, save a Arab mosque, save the land of Ham. Nonsense, your Rastafarianism going back to Ethiopia. I'm going to save Selassie. It's over. And you had to again and again and again, week in, week out, that the only way your family, your loved ones, is in the ISUPK under the command of General Yohana. That play the rest of that. Play that video again. I told you needed me Baba Kashal, because he's probably not.
It's on the screen, isn't it, Sharon?
See?
Things are strange. You have many talking about Antichrist figures. Or a rise in global surveillance AI. Time itself just seems different. The days and months are going by faster. It doesn't feel like a month anymore. Even kids are flying by. And you know that's weird, because when you were a kid, I mean, can you believe the year is about halfway over?
Okay. Do we just have to pause it, other one? Huh? He sounds like a Judite. We can't see his face, but PK. So we can't take his word for gospel teaching. But what we can resonate is that what he's touching on. Couldn't wait to be a grown man. Time just seemed like it had stopped every day. I couldn't wait to get out of school. It seemed, when I was 10 years old, it seemed forever. Is everybody feeling me on this? Would never. I was crying out to be a grown man. I watched my pops leave home. I watched my mom leave. And I watched everybody disperse and disappear. I watched everybody disappear. And to get out in that wicked ass world and make some money. That's all I wanted. By hook or crook, work, safety net, whatever. I just couldn't wait to be. It would never happen. It took forever
to grow up. But the minute I turned 21, 22, time started flying. And it just seems to me like nowadays in these last days, times are flying quicker than ever, faster than ever. Play that video, Baba Kasha.
It's January?
Can you turn it up a little
January? It's almost as if God is near. And so many have been talking within us a sense of urgency.
Okay.
And so many have been talking about.
Okay, so he's talking about the second coming, and who amongst us don't know what he's talking about? He's talking about the return of our King, Hamashiach Yahushai, aka Jesus Christ. Play that, Baba Kasha.
Well, there are a few reasons. For one, many theologians point out how all throughout the Bible there are prophetic parallels or typologies indicating that Jesus will only be all throughout the Bible. Prophetic parallels or
okay, pause that for me. Okay, so do remember what this guy's touching on now. He's not ISUPK, so his breakdowns of the scriptures are not necessarily accurate or correct or how we'd break them down. But we can resonate with a portion of the things, some of the things what he's saying. Play that for me, Baba Shah. I don't want.
Okay, bear with us. The connection's gone. Just bear with us. We'll be back up.
Many cite the millennial patterns in Scripture, the Hosea 6 prophecy, and other foreshadowings. So the idea of Jesus only being about 2,000 years, right? It's not a new concept.
It's not a new concept.
Theologians have written about it for centuries. And early Christian documents refer to it. The thing is, if Jesus was well,
Okay, cut that. We're gonna cut that because he's going way off now. Like we're trying to name times and when Christ might be returning, and he might go into some fake calendar, and we don't push that. We push the truth in the ISUPK. But you get the point. You get the point, and you get the message. We are living in the last days, and we are running out of time, Israel. This is no joke. We are running out of time. And today, in this time we're living in, should be to know the truth, to know what we're dealing with, get a hold, get a grip of our lives, and come back to the Most High God. And how do we do that? We do that through learning our records in the ISUPK under the command of General Yohanna. And those of you that are online watching other fake Israelite groups, then go back and join your Christian church, because that's where you might as well be. You're just wasting your time. The only place you're going to get the One West doctrine, the full truth, is in the ISUPK. Give me Matthew. Give me Matthew 7 and 22, Baba Kashar. The home of the truth.
I'll switch it because
Khan. Khan. Is that off now?
What?
This one.
Yeah.
Khan. Yeah, Matthew 7 and 22. Read that, Baba Kashar, when you're ready. This is red writing, so listen good. This is Christ talking.
The book of Matthew 7 verse 22. Many will say to me in that day.
So this is Christ telling us, stating that many blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians will say to him in that day. In which day? Which day is he talking about? Read.
Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? And in thy name have cast out devils?
Okay, so these are blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that wanted to believe in Christ or believed in Christ, and they wasn't on the exact right path, the right track, or in the truth. Read on.
And in thy name done many wonderful works.
Okay, so on Judgment Day, you confusion. We're looking at confusion on that hour and that day. Read that from the top again, Baba Kishore.
Okay. Matthew 7 verse 22. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? And in thy name have cast out devils? And in thy name done many wonderful works?
Okay, you've done your wonderful works how? In that Christian church? Can you see your Christian pastor saying to Christ when he returns, on his hands and knees, with his hands clasped together, with a bag of gospel singers behind him, banging that tambourine, screaming, didn't I prophesy in your name? Well, first of all, Pastor, you got his nationality completely wrong.
That's right.
You got his theme of coming back completely wrong. You taught that he was coming back banging a tambourine, giving everybody a hug and squeeze, and come to save the whole world. Every single nation, 18 nations, according to the book of Genesis, when there's only one nation that Christ came back to save. There's only one nation with a birthright, that with the same birthright as Christ, that Christ loved and adorned, same like his father did. Read that again, Baba Kishore.
Okay. Matthew 7, verse 22. Many will say unto me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? And in thy name have cast out devils? And in thy name have done many wonderful works.
You cast out devils, but you loved AI. You cast out devils, but you embraced AI and got reassured by AI and got boosted by AI and got convinced by AI when you only needed one convincer. You only needed reassuring by one entity, and it wasn't AI, it was the Most High God. You didn't need a boost from anyone. You get a boost when you keep these laws, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
And how do we know that? Because the Spirit of the Most High God is with us. It's with us in the ISUPK. Why? Because we are keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, and we push this on our people. As blacks, as so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Read that again, Baba Kasha.
Many will say unto me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? And in thy name have cast out devils, and in thy name done many wonderful works.
And this is not just Christianity and AI, it's any religion, it's any denomination that you find Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians involved in, indulging in. Whether it's Rastafarianism, Egyptology, Islam, Buddhism, there's no difference between these wicked ass profane denominations. They're not built for us. You were not made for this. You was made for something far superior to this. You are a Hebrew Israelite.
That's right.
But you're not conducting yourself how you're supposed to be. And this is why we're telling you time is of the essence, because the road you're on is called the road to destruction. It's not the road to salvation. Give me Matthew 13 and 24, Baba Kashar. Read that when you're ready, Baba Kashar. This is a parable of the tares. Okay, this is a parable. This is Christ speaking, red writing. Read that when you're ready, Baba Kashar.
The book.
What's the bit of feedback? You got a question there as well?
Read the question out for us, Mozart, Baba Kashar.
Throughout the Bible, there are prophetic parallels or typologies indicating that.
Yeah.
1 second, okay, we'll get a second. Check your efforts to out. We'll continue.
Prophetic parallels or typologies indicating that.
1, 2, 1, 2.
1, 2, 1, 2. Mic check. Everything cool? Everything Chris? Everything Tuab? Is good? All right, read that question for us, Baba Kashar.
This one.
There's Salakia.
Sir, your goat feedback bad.
It goes, how is the right way to bury a loved one?
Hold on, there's a feedback.
Yeah, so I'll check that.
Okay. Benjamin Yashrala. Okay, so where's the question? Shalom.
What is the right way to bury a loved one?
Touching it, Salakia, sir, how? Yo, come off that. You're hiding it.
Yeah.
How is way to bury a loved one? Okay, so we bury our loved ones and we mourn them for 7 days. This is simple as that. We mourn and we bury our loved ones for 7 days. But biblically, when we go to one of our loved ones' burials or funerals, remember one thing. We pass over dead bodies, and there's a specific law for burying our loved ones that we must never forget. You are unclean for 7 days.
That's right.
Okay, and on the even of the 7 days, as we go into the 8th day, as the daylight disappears and the sun goes down, you become clean again. This isn't jumping in the shower. This isn't jumping in the bath. This is not a fleshly, it's not scrubbing your armpits after the burial, after the seventh day of the funeral and your mourning. This is a spiritual cleanliness. This is a biblical cleanliness given to us by the Most High God. We are unclean for 7 days. So this is how we bury our loved ones, whether it's a cousin, a brother, a sister, a parent, a child, a grandparent, an auntie, an uncle. We bury our loved ones and we mourn for 7 days. But the law teaches us for them 7 days you are unclean. You must not, Salaki, you got something to Can't. Yeah, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get the law on burying our loved ones and what's clean and unclean to us so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Mozart, do me a favor. Just go on the live on your YouTube and just check it's not echoing again. Barbecue Show. Okay, so we're gonna check. We're gonna get that. We're gonna get that precept. Numbers 19 and 11.
Then it's Brixton, right? So their alternative fortnightly.
All right, look up that. Okay, it's the book of Numbers.
Numbers 19:11. He that toucheth the dead body of any man shall be unclean 7 days.
And there you go. He that toucheth the dead body of any man shall be unclean for 7 days. Now we know when the Bible talks about man, it's talking about both genders. There's times you'll hear the terminology man in the Bible when it's talking about specific men, like men of war, like the disciples of Jesus Christ. They were specifically men, but there's terminology in the Bible when we're talking about men. Now, this is one instance where the dead body could be a woman. You're still unclean for 7 days, whether it's a woman or a man. Right. This terminology here in verse 11, the body of any man, is talking about both genders, okay? This is not open for interpretation. This is specific. This is talking about both genders. So a man in the Bible can represent a specific man, or it can represent a man or a woman. Read that again, Barbara Kashar.
He that toucheth the body of any man shall be unclean 7 days. He shall purify himself with it on the 3rd day, and on the 7th day he shall be clean.
So he'll purify himself on the 3rd day. This is a spiritual cleanliness. And on the 7th day, that filth, that spiritual dirt has been lifted. He's clean again. He can go amongst his brothers. He can go amongst his kinsmen. He can walk amongst his loved ones. He can go to work. He can come to the school. He can do all the things that he would normally do because he is clean again. But within them 7 days, we will be at home and we will be mourning our dead. We'll be praying, fasting, however you mourn. It doesn't mean you have to stay in your house and lock yourself away, but there's certain places you cannot be going and putting yourself amongst your kinsmen, your brothers, your sisters. You are unclean for 7 days, but you will be mourning in them 7 days. So we will bury our people just like how they bury in the world. It's different spiritually, but in the flesh, we will put our dead in the ground.
That's right.
Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. We put our dead back in the ground. The flesh goes in the ground and the spirit will return to the Most High God. Let's get that, in fact, just to put the nail in the coffin, excuse the pun, for you, brother. And I hope this answers your question in full. Give me Ecclesiastes 12:7, I believe it is. So this is how we bury our dead, mourn for 7 days. We are unclean for the 7 days. We go through a purification on the 3rd day, and on the 7th day, we are clean again. Salakia, on the even of the 7th day, going into the 8th day, we are clean again. Okay, this is the One West doctrine. This is the truth, the home of the truth. So this is what happens to our dead when they die. Read that for me, Baba Kishar.
Ecclesiastes 12:7. Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was.
Okay, so where did Adam come from? The first man. The first man with the law. We know there was people in the world before Adam, millions of people. But Adam was the first man with a conscience, the first man with the breath of the Spirit of the Most High God through his nostrils. He had the law. He understood right from wrong, when no other human being understood right from wrong. Adam was the first. So if Adam was the first, where did Adam come from?
God, mankind came from the ground.
He came from the soil. He came from the dust. He came from the earth. Where does that? He's took something out of the soil, the fertilization, the nutrients that come from the soil. Okay, where does he have to go back to put that back? Back into where he came from.
Even in man, you find the properties that's in the soil.
All the
iron, like you go back to your iron's low, zinc, carbon, all that type of stuff there.
And that's a heavy point. Everything you find in our bloodstream, the captain said, iron, zinc, copper, potassium, calcium, all the metals you find in our blood, you find in the soil, in the dust. So we have to return to the dust to refertilize that soil, because we live and we take all the natural resources over 70, 80, 90 years out of this earth, out of the dust, and we don't put nothing back until we die. But your spirit returns back to God right here in Ecclesiastes 7:12. Read that again, Baba Kishar.
Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto the Most High who gave it.
And your spirit goes back to God, where it is kept and judged for its return. And you will return with a new body. But your spirit does go back to the Most High God. I hope that answers your question.
So the brother said also, he said, in specific, you touched it anyway, but he said, in specific, what do you do with the remains? I got scripture, that's okay with you.
Go on, yeah, grab that other one.
This is Luke 9:59. I think this is Peter talking to Christ. He says, and he said unto another, follow me. But he said, Lord, suffer me first to bury my father.
Suffer me first to bury my father. And there you go. So what was the question again, other one?
What do you do with the remains?
What do you do with the remains? And like we said in Ecclesiastes 12:7, and in Luke, Salakia, what precept is that? Luke what?
Luke 9:59.
Luke 9:59. Read that again, Baba Kishar, other one.
And he said unto another, follow me. But he said, Lord, suffer me first to go and bury my father.
And how do we bury a loved one? He goes back into the dust, like Ecclesiastes 12:7. This is what we do with the body remains. Okay, it goes back to where it came from, the earth, the soil. That's what we are. We're made up of dirt. We're made up of earth. We're made of soil, where we came from. But our spirit, because the Bible tells you, your flesh doesn't belong to you. And that's why we're not supposed to follow our flesh, our carnal being. We are, the thing that is us is the spirit, and that is what's returned back to the Most High God. But the remains of your body goes back into where it came from, the earth. I hope that answers your question, brother. Give us a Khan if you understood. If you're happy with the answer, give us a Khan in the chat. Let's move on. Where was we? Where was we, Moza?
We went to Matthew's
13 and 24. Did we finish up there?
Nah.
Okay, read that for me, Baba Kishar. Any more questions? Just write them in the stream. We'll get straight to your questions. Any questions in class? Just raise your hand. We'll get to you ASAP.
Okay. The book of Matthew 13, verse 24. And another parable put he forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man which sowed good seeds in his field.
This is a parable from Christ. Read that again, Baba Kishar.
And another parable he put forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man which sowed good seed in his field.
Okay, and what comes from good seeds?
Good fruit, good plant.
Good fruit, good vegetation. If you've got a good seed, you're going to have a healthy plant. If you water it correctly, feed it right, if it's in a fertile soil, and you got to remember, 2,000 years ago, 3,500 years ago, Israel was the most fertile part of this planet. That's what we don't get. That's what we forget more time than not. Israel was the most fertile part of this planet. It was a land of milk and honey. There was nowhere in Africa that was like this. There was nowhere in Europe, Asia, that was compatible or on the same level as the soil in Israel. Israel was the most fertile part of this planet. So look at it today. Look at it today with Esau running it. It's the most desolate part of the world now. Nothing grows in Israel. The land is absolutely dry, bone dead. Why? Because the so-called oppressor runs it. The so-called white man runs it.
That's
The
right.
people of that land are not in there. And the milk and the honey has run dry. Read that again, Baba Kushar.
Okay. Another parable put he forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man which soweth good seed in his field.
Yeah, and good fruits. We are the good fruits. Where's the parable? The good fruits are the 12 tribes of Israel, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We are the good seed. Okay, so when you go to the book of Genesis, the Most High God created 18 separate nations. He had one nation that he chose, a nation with the birthright of Christ, of Moses, of Ezekiel, of Daniel, Obadiah, Zephaniah, Zechariah, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Simeon, Barnabas, John the Baptist, John the Revelator, the Apostle Paul. We had, did I say Ezekiel, Daniel? Look, the major prophets. We are from, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are from the same nation of people as these that I just mentioned. The kings, the judges, the prophets, the priests, the teachers, in the Bible. That's who they were. They were black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. That is us. Read that again, Baba Kushar.
Okay. Matthew 13, verse 24. Another parable put he forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man which soweth good seed in his field.
And that's the parable. The kingdom of heaven is like the man. So that good seed that you plant is Israel out of the 18 nations. There's one seed that was different to the other 17 seeds. Do we all follow this? Do we all get this? There was one seed that was special, that was different. And that was us. That was us. There's no coincidences. It's not a coincidence that we're the best cooks, dancers, runners, jumpers, best football players, the best boxers, the best at everything, the most spiritual people. This is not a coincidence. It's a seed. That seed was special. It was different to all the other seeds. Read that again, Baba Kushar.
Another parable put forth he unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man which soweth good seed in his field.
Which soweth good seed in his field. And that is you so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. Us, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We are that seed that is better than all the other 17 seeds. Yes, the Most High God created all 18 nations, but there was one nation that was very much different and separate and holy to all other nations. That nation had the same birthright as the priests and prophets in the Bible. That nation was from the same seed and the same loin as Moses, as Jesus the Christ, as Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. as Daniel, Ezekiel, Zephaniah, Zechariah, Jeremiah, Isaiah. We are from the same seed as these men. And that's what makes us great. That's what makes us holy. That's what makes us separate. And if you can't get with this, then you know that where you are, stand good and stand firm, because you're on the path to destruction. You're on the road to destruction. And that's why we can't stop. We can't stop pushing and reiterating this on you week in, week out. The law, statutes, and commandments are imperative for all our people to learn and get with this and forget about the nonsense you're learning anywhere else, because what you're learning is not the truth. What you're learning is going to keep you on that road to destruction, and time's running out. You know, we tell you every week, we have these records for a reason. This is no joke.
That's right.
Drop that and get me Titus 2:11, Barbara Shaw. Titus 2:11. Just hold it for 1 sec, though. Let me know when you're there, Barbara Shaw. Let me know when you've got it. You there? Titus chapter 2, verse 11. Read that, Barbara Shaw.
I'll find it. Timothy, Titus.
Okay, Titus 2:11. For the grace of God. You got it? Go on, read that.
The book of Titus 2, verse 11. For the grace of God that bringeth salvation hath appeared unto all men.
Okay, what is grace?
This is a time period where you get to
Let's read it. Let's get it from the dictionary. The Zondervan. Go on, pull that. Pull that for me, Barbara Shaw.
I can't even see it.
You say you can't see it? Hold on. Okay, read Titus 2:11 again. I'll find it, don't worry.
The book of Titus 2, verse 11. For the grace of God that bringeth salvation.
For the what?
For the grace of God that bringeth salvation.
For the grace of God that bringeth salvation. Now we know what salvation is. What is salvation, Officer Moser?
Salvation is when Christ comes to redeem us from all this captivity.
Okay, salvation is us being saved. The people of the Bible, the biblical Hebrew Israelites, who Christ is coming back to save. That is salvation. Okay? Grace, according to the Zondervan Pictorial Bible Dictionary. And when I say according, this is factual. This is the Bible dictionary. Those of you that want to go and hunt one down, it looks like this. Okay? The definition of grace, the biblical definition of grace. Grace, a term employed by the biblical writers with a considerable variety of meaning. Properly speaking, that which affords joy, pleasure, delight, charm, sweetness, loveliness. Second, that's the first definition. Second definition, God will, loving kindness, mercy, etc. Third definition, the kindness of a master toward a slave. Okay, so you can look at yourself as the Most High's slave, or the Most High's property, or the Most High's loyal servant. We look at him as we serve the Most High God. We are one of his loyal servants. Individually and collectively, we are all in the ISUPK, the Most High God's loyal servants, the priests and prophets of the ISUPK. That being said, grace is for us. Grace is for us and salvation is for us. Read that again, Barbara Shaw.
Okay. Titus 2 verse
11.
11. For the grace of God hath bring salvation hath appeared to all men.
Okay, so grace brings salvation to all righteous Israelites. And you find the righteous Israelites, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians in the ISUPK under the command of General Yohanna. And you can see the road to destruction is everywhere else outside of that. Outside of that, you are not being saved. Outside of that, you are not in the mind of salvation for salvation of our King, Hamashiach Yahushai, aka Jesus Christ. Okay, read. What's that? Verse 11.
Verse 11 can.
Okay, give me 12.
Can. Verse 12. Teaching us that denying ungodliness and worldly lust, we should live soberly, righteously, and godly in this present world.
And this is the grace. This is the grace. You're given a chance to behave like this. You're given the second chance because we was wicked as hell before time. Before, which means before. We was wicked as hell. We was rubbing up with these Hamites. We was serving, loving Pharaoh, loving his ways, loving the Hamites, profane, nasty, filthy way of life. I mean, we was freed from that captivity. We wanted to go back into it. We wanted to go back into it for breadcrumbs. Imagine that. And this is that same spirit that was on us in them days, 3,500 years ago, approximately. That spirit is still on our people to this day. We would rather serve Ethiopia than the Most High God of Israel. We'd rather serve Selassie, a false prophet, the Christian church, AI, than the Most High God of our records. And we've been given this grace period, okay? Wicked as hell, denying wicked things, the very thing that we've become. If we deny it, then that grace time becomes a purpose to us because we can use it how we're supposed to use it, get ourselves right in the ISUPK under the command of General Yohanna, and then find salvation through seeking it. That's what we have to do.
That's right.
And that's a law. That's throughout the Torah. That's throughout the first 5 books of the Bible: Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. Read that again, Bob Kashar.
Titus 2 verse 11.
12.
12. Teaching us that denying ungodliness and worldly lust, we should live soberly, righteously, and godly in this present world.
And this, we know that in the ISUPK, we know that this present world is wicked as hell. Everything that they throw at us, from police brutality to the Christian church to AI, there's nothing righteous in this wicked ass world. So to stay soberly means keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, the very thing that the priests and prophets in the ISUPK do. So you need to get yourselves in one of our schools and watch how the brothers move. Bring your wives, watch how the sisters move and conduct themselves and behave soberly, leaning away from wickedness, coming back to our records, coming back to the Most High God of Israel, the one true God. Read that again, Baba Kashar. This is a bad boy precept.
Titus 2 verse 12, teaching us that denying ungodliness and worldly lust, we should live soberly, righteously, and godly in this present world.
Yes, righteously and what?
Righteously
and godly.
And godly.
Okay, and soberly. Yeah, this is the laws, statutes, and commandments. That's how we live soberly. That's how we live righteously. That's how we live godly, by keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments. Israel, this is not difficult. This is not difficult, but you're wherever you are not learning this. You're getting comfort from your AI, fake AI, from your device in your bedroom, locked away. You're going to turn mad. You're going to have that demonic spirit that's going to get you sectioned before Christ even returns. That's what AI is going to do. It's going to turn you into a madman. Just like them idiots in the Christian church have already turned into madmen. You look at our people in that Christian church, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and native Indians. What are we doing? What are we doing running up and down the church? Hunkanai, hunda, hula bula bula. Talking nonsense in tongues, banging a tambourine, singing, come by armor, Lord. What? Come by where? Come by how? Are you kidding me? Is this a joke? And we've got these records right under our noses. We've got ISUPK schools all around the world. And we will find any excuse to just be in a safety net, what we think is a false sense of security, in a reassuring environment, because we're making money, because AI told us we're going to live long. AI told us he's going to find us the perfect wife online. There is no perfect wife online. The perfect wife is in one of your ISUPK schools. That's right. My God, we have made this so difficult, Israel. Read that again. Read verse 13. Push on.
Verse 13. Looking for that blessing, hope, and the glorious appearance of the great God and our Savior Jesus Christ.
And there you go. These last days are speeding up. We're running out of time. You're in that Christian church, in that mosque, on the road to destruction. Here in the ISUPK, what are we looking for? We're looking for that blessed hope, having patience for the return of our King. That day, that glorious day that is ahead of us. That glorious day. And it is nigh, it is near. Read verse 13 again.
Verse 13. Looking for that blessing, that blessed hope, and the glorious appearance of the great God and our Savior Jesus Christ.
And keeping the law, statutes, and commandments is how we prep ourselves for the return of our King. There's nothing difficult about this, Israel. Nothing difficult about this. Drop that. Get me Mark 13. Book of Mark, chapter 13, Baba Kashar. I'll tell you where we're going to start from. Let's start from verse 29. This is an account from Hamashiach Yahushai, Jesus the Christ. Red writing, okay? So this is an account from our King. This is who we're waiting on. This is who's coming back. Nobody else. Your Selassie is not coming back. Your Buddha is not coming back. Marcus Garvey is not coming back. Come on, man. Read that, Baba Kashar.
Mark 13, verse 29. So he in like manner, when he shall see these things come to pass, know that it is nigh, even at the door.
There you go. It is close. It is nigh. Read that again, Baba Kashar.
So he in like manner, when he shall see these things come to pass, know that it is nigh, even at the door.
Okay, so when prophecy is fulfilled and all the work is done in this wicked ass kingdom, guess what comes next for the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and native Indians? Read on.
Verse 30. Verily I say unto you that this generation.
That this what?
That this generation.
That this what?
That this generation.
Read.
Shall not pass.
Shall not what?
shall not pass
shall not pass what?
till
Read.
all these things be done.
Till all these things be done. What things?
The fulfillment of the prophecy.
Till we meet the criteria in layman's terms. Until we keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, till we gather our loins, until we come together and the numbers are in. And that involves keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. There is nothing else to this. Read that again, Baba Kasha.
Verily I say unto you,
verily I say unto you, read,
that this generation shall not pass,
shall not go nowhere. We're not going nowhere. Read.
Till all these things be done.
We are not going to see that kingdom till this prophecy is fulfilled. And how do we fill this prophecy? Well, it tells us throughout from Genesis to Revelation. It doesn't change like in the Christian church or the Old Testament. The new is something different. It's separate to the old. The old is finished. That's washed. The new is what counts now. No. The Bible says the same thing from first book, from book 1 to book 80. Keep the laws, statutes, and commandments. You got something, Moses.
So you're saying that the Christian pastor in the church who are telling us that the rapture is coming now, and we must prepare for the rapture. You are saying that it won't happen until all this be fulfilled?
I've got something for the Christian pastor right here. Salakia, I'm not advocating no violence. Don't come and kick off my front door. I'll take that back. 100. I will wait till my king returns before I pick up any weapon of war. This is my weapon of war. Read that again, Baba Kasha.
So he in like manner, when he shall see these things come to pass, know that it is nigh, even at thy door.
Okay, there you go. So we've got to prepare ourselves well. And the time is close, but the final day, an hour, who knows? Who knows the final day and the final hour?
Only the Most High.
Only the Most High God. Read on.
Verse 30. Verily I say unto you.
I think you've read 30.
I think you want to start from 29. So
hold on. What have you've read verse 30. Generation shall not pass.
Okay. Verse 31.
No, shall pass away, but my word shall not. Yeah, 31, Baba Kasha.
Verse 31. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away.
Heaven and earth shall pass away. This kingdom that we say is washed, is finished, is over, will burn up. That's right. It's going to be destroyed. It's going to be a wasteland, a desolation. And a new kingdom's going to replace it. Period. That's what this is talking about. Read that again, Baba Kasha.
Verse 31. Heaven and earth shall pass away.
Heaven and earth shall pass away. This is finished. It's washed. It's done with. Read.
But my word shall not pass away.
But the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God of Israel, they will continue forever. That's right. For eternity. We're going to take these laws, statutes, and commandments into the next kingdom, where we will be on top and the heathen will be underneath us. No more will we be on the floor with a foot in our neck. That's right. No more will we be arguing the toss with our one another. No more will we be evil-eyeing and hating our one another. No more will we be whoring out our sisters and behaving like sexual deviants. No more will we be smoking crack cocaine and selling heroin to our brothers. No more will we be shooting, looting, stabbing each other, taking set on our one another just because someone's got more money, a better car, a better house than you. We're going to learn to love our one another how we are supposed to. That's going to take place in the new kingdom. And we're practicing it right now in the ISUPK under the command of General Yohana. This is how we're preparing ourselves for the return of our King. So he comes back and he smiles on us. He looks at Captain Karathia and he says, "You're my youth." He looks on Officer Moazar and says, "Ah, kid." He looks on Officer Tazapawan and says, "My little brother." That's how we want Christ to return. And that's how he's going to return if we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. And that is keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. Is there any more on that, Moses?
Verse 31.
No. You've read 31. You love verse 31, E-man. Verse 33. You're on verse 33. Oh, Salakia, 32.
32, can. Mark 13, verse 32. But of that day and that hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels which are in heaven, neither the Son, but the Father.
Okay, so gird up your loins, prep yourself. He's going to come like a thief in the night. Nobody knows, and that's why we can't get caught slipping, Israel. This is why the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians have to keep it pushing. And listen, you're talking to the right person, because it happens to us all. Even in the UPK, temptation is around every corner. You know, demons creep up on you in the middle of the night, in broad daylight. They haven't got specific times. I might see Officer Mozart, who's my brother, my little brother. I might see him doing something that irritates me. That's a demon spirit. Right. If I don't approach him correctly, the right way, that's a demon spirit on me. And I know better than most about, no, let me not talk about most, let me talk about me. I know how these demon spirits work, because they're on me left, right, and middle. And it's being in the ISUPK how I've learned to fight and battle them. Nowhere else. Certainly not in that Christian church, and certainly not by them Rastafarian elders on the estate, in our communities. There's nothing of Selassie's teachings, Marcus Garvey teachings, that's held me in good stead. But when I walked through that door into the ISUPK, the home of the truth, that's when I learned how to fight these demons and prepare myself properly for them, prepare myself for the fight, bring the right tools to the fight. In the ISUPK, I'm never going to bring a bottle of CS gas to a machete fight. I'm never going to bring a machete to a gunfight. That's what I've learned in the ISUPK, and now I'm prepared and prepped the right way to fight these demons. Did anyone have something? All right. Are we done, Mozart? Is there any more on that?
Verse 33.
Yeah, read verse 33.
Sure. Matthew 13, verse 33. Take ye heed, watch and pray, for ye know it not when the time is.
There you go. So prepare yourself well, Israel, because this is happening. And there's nothing Esau or your Christian church or Marcus Garvey can do to save you. There's only one that's coming that's going to save you. And he's only going to save you if you're in the UPK. That's right. Keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. Drop that, Baba Kashar. Get me 1 Corinthians 15 and 52, Baba Kashar. Any questions online? Okay, 1 Corinthians chapter 15, Baba Kashar. Verse, 52 is good. 52 is Torah.
1 Corinthians 15, verse 22. 52, sorry, come on. Verse 52. In a moment.
In a what?
In a moment.
No, just take your time.
In a moment.
Drag your heels in the Christian church.
In a moment.
In a moment, read on.
In the twinkling of an eye,
In the twinkling of an eye, read.
At the last trumpet.
At the last trump. What is the last trump? How many trumps are going to sound? 7. Okay. So in that last trump, what's going to occur? Q-Eden. Q-Eden. I used to, Salakia, just hold it there. I used to think when the captain said Q-Eden, he was talking Hebrew because his accent in the UK, we've got accents in all the cities and counties. So I come from the East Midlands and the captain comes from the West Midlands. When I first came into this school, into the UPK 6 years ago, he was saying Q-Eden, but what he's saying was keep reading. But I thought I couldn't understand what he was saying because of his West Midlands accent. So I thought that he was speaking Hebrew for about a year. I kept saying to a young trooper called Radar that's in the school, I used to say to him every week, what does Q-Eden mean in Hebrew? I think I even asked Shamgar, who was teaching the Lashwan Kodash class at the time. And that's how I learned the West Midlands accent. I'd heard it before, but nothing like the captain's accent, which is pretty strong and potent. Anyway, read on. Salakia, read on, Bob.
At the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead be raised incorrupt, and we shall be changed.
There you have it. Read that again, Babu Khan.
1 Corinthians 15, verse 52.
And remember, without this, you're just on the path to destruction. So what the topic is tonight, the road to destruction. And without these laws, statutes, and commandments, there's no salvation. So you think to yourself when you go to sleep tonight, when you put your nut on that pillow, when you put your head down tonight and before you go to sleep, whether you're Christian, Muslim, you pray to the wrong part of the world, whether you're praying to the wrong God, you think to yourself when you're doing all this vile nastiness that you're not supposed to be doing as so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, think to yourself one thing. What the hell is going to happen to me if I'm not being saved? There's a daunting feeling. There's a daunting thought. That's food for thought. What the hell is going to happen to you, to your spirit, to your soul, if you're not in the elect and if you're not a part of the 1/3 hopeful that's going to be saved? Read that again, Baba Kishar.
1 Corinthians 15.
Read that from the top, Baba Kishar.
Verse 52. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed.
Okay, so this is what you have to prepare for. That last trump, that last trumpet. This is what we're preparing ourselves for. That final hour when we get pulled up into them UFOs and go to be changed. And the dead will go first. And we will watch the dead rise out of the ground in honor. Because these brothers that have raised up before us out of their
slumber.
No, out of their, what's it called?
Tombs, grave,
no, out of their grave. These brothers and sisters that are raised up before us out of their graves, we will see them and we will be honoring them. That's why they will go up before us, because they died in the truth. We was lucky enough to be alive in the truth when Christ returns, if we're deemed fit. If we're allowed to, if the Lord allows us to live to see that. The dead won't see his return, but they will be raised up in his honor. And guess who will be honoring the dead that died in the truth? We will. Us. You got something for us, other one.
I don't know Christ a black man. You see how black man like walks up to a club and he got to make an entrance. Christ make an entrance with chariots, sun gone dark. He might need dead niggas go out the ground. That's a sight of the heart. Like you reading it, you go really deep. Can you imagine a day a trumpet blows here, sky black, bad man just run up on the scene, sky black, chariots, spaceship, everything, and you see him hands just coming out the ground, soldiers coming out the ground, and dust himself off. That's a sight of the heart.
Yeah, crazy, real heavy stuff. And like, look, when I was in the world, I get crazy for seeing Tyson. I get crazy for seeing Michael Jordan. I get crazy for seeing old clips of Pele. You know, so can you imagine now being in the truth, seeing Christ, that cloud crack open, and see and behold a pale white horse?
Remember back in the day, the neighborhood bully would pop up on the scene. It was like, it won't get out of his way. This is like that times gazillion. Like,
gazillion.
You're a white man, you eat shit. It's that time.
And everybody on four corners of the earth is going to see that sight. You know, man down under, Australia, New Zealand, they're going to see it. You got something, Moses?
You imagine that day when that day really happened, and the white man, if his statement was the imaginary man in the sky, he's gonna say shit. He wasn't an imaginary man at all.
He's not just gonna say shit. He's gonna shit himself. He's gonna shat his load and run for the hills, run back to his caves where he came from. But remember one thing. On that day, we've all got imaginations. Even in the truth, you imagine that day. We've all got imaginations. And you know what I imagine? Laying on my bed when all the mayhem and all the madness is going on outside on the estate, and the chariots hovering and coming through the clouds. And you seen on Independence Day, the first one, the old one from the 90s with Will Smith. Yeah. And that shadow covers the earth, that dark shadow, as the spaceships are size of cities. That's how I envision it and imagine it. And I imagine, look, turning on my TV, laying on my bed, and these goddamn devils, the so-called white man, the oppressor, and all their links, the Arabs, the Indians, the Freemasons, the multi-trillionaires of the world, all the money men, the elite of this wicked-ass kingdom that run the media, Virgin News, ITV, CNN, BBC, Sky News. No matter what news channel I'm flicking on, lying on my bed, they're all reporting and telling the crowds of people running for their lives across the estates and through the cities, run for your life. It's an alien invasion. They damn well know it's Christ returning. And they're still in that last moment, their last few moments of their pitiful life before it ends and comes to an abrupt end. They're still reporting their dead lies. They're still reporting their abominations and their vileness and trying to tell the people, do what you can. Get your shotguns. Shoot at them. Defend the earth. You see what I'm saying? That's how I imagine it.
You know how I imagine it? You know how nuclear can blow up London? When a nuclear hits one of these big spaceships, it's like a little small motion cloud. It's so big. It's not like what's big. Like, for us, to wipe out Hampton, Aston, Newtown, Bristol, Gloucester. For us, but this spaceship so big, it's like a little toothpick. That's how big it is for our
not even a dent. Not even a dent. Is there any more on that, Moser?
Okay.
Where we at?
50.
52.
50, yeah, we're at 52.
Hold on. 53. For the incorruptible must. And this mortal must be. No, drop that. 52 was good. 52 was 12. Let's get Let's get Baruch. Let's go into the yeah, we'll finish up in the Apocrypha. Baruch, I think it's 4 and 1 we want.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me catch you, my brother. Baruch. Yeah, let's finish off with this. I like this precept. It's a common precept, but I love it same way.
Talk about this before. We'll talk about the Shires.
Okay, we finished with Gloucester and Gloucestershire. Read that for me. Baruch 4 and 1.
The book of Baruch 4 verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of God.
This is the what?
The book of the commandments of God.
Okay, so this is the book of the commandments of God.
That's right.
I thought in the Christian church, the book of commandments was done away with. I thought that was old news.
That's right.
I thought we was only subscribing to the New Testament and we didn't have to keep the law. We just had to repent and be sorry and apologize when we sinned because our sins had already been lifted by Christ spilling his blood. You are so vain in that Christian church.
Right.
It's unbelievable. You got something, Moses?
So if the book of the law is done away with, so Jehovah's Witness book now take the position that you have to compare Jehovah's Witness book to the Bible to get the understanding.
Yeah. It's a heavy point. Say that again. Speak up.
I'm saying they said the book of the law is done away with, right? Even though in a Matthew 5 verse 17 says that none of the law cannot be done away with. No, because they teach that the law is done away with, Jehovah's Witness now come up with their version that you have to compare the Bible to their book to get the understanding. So now Jehovah's Witness is more knowledgeable than God who write the Bible.
Exactly. And let's not forget Jehovah's wickedness. You might hear Christians in the Baptist church and the Seventh-day Adventists and Pentecostal churches and Protestant and Catholic churches. You might hear them rubbishing and tarnishing Jehovah's wickedness. But the last time I checked, Jehovah's wickedness was a denomination of Christianity.
That's right.
It stems from Christianity.
Right.
So it just shows you these people hate each other. You will never find the brotherhood in Christianity that you find in the ISUPK. It's not there. They don't have that spirit. And we're talking about our people, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And if I see one more brother in them Mormon gray suits, I'm just going to kidnap him and bring him into the school. Because I've had enough of seeing our people with them Mormons, them morons. Honestly, too much. They're all over Leicester. The morons have took over Leicester.
You got videos on UPK TikTok? We'll be battling the Mormons in Leicester.
The morons. The morons. Yo, read that again, Barbara Kashar.
Baruch 4 verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of God and the law that endured forever.
No, just till we stop reading the Old Testament.
And the law that endured forever.
Just until we get in that church and start teaching the New Testament.
And the law that endured forever.
The law that endureth forever. This does not stop. And like we read, was it in Titus or Mark? Nothing will pass away. Nothing will pass over until the prophecies are fulfilled.
Mark.
It's in Mark, the water for that. This law doesn't go away. We don't care how much you push this in the Christian church. What we do care is that you're pushing it on our people, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. There's going to be a price to pay for that. You go and push it on these heathen nations. We don't care about the heathen nations. Okay? We care that they serve us if they want mercy. But though we're not begging them to serve us. Okay? The ones of them that have got a different spirit to their fathers might decide that they want to serve us. And they may be in a line for mercy.
Right.
But come on, man. You're clutching at straws. If you think there's salvation for these heathen, then this is beyond clutching at straws. You're doing something that's going to get you in a similar position to them. If you're a pastor, a so-called Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian pastor, and you're teaching this nonsense in your church, which we know you are, then you're an abomination according to our records. You're an abomination to the Most High God. And that means you're down for something that you're not going to enjoy. Read that one more time and we'll call it a night.
Baruch, the book of Baruch 4 verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of God and the law that endured forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die.
Okay, so the lawbreakers are in the dark, but the men in the ISUPK under the command of General Yana are in the light. And if you're in the dark and you're in that Christian church, or you're putting your trust in AI or Islam or Egyptology or Rastafarianism or any other kind of ism, you're on the road to destruction.
That's right.
That being said, I'm going to call the class. I'm going to hand the class over to Officer Mozart for the security announcements.
This is the security announcement for the ISUPK. We are the ISUPK, started out of 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rules for brother and sister. When a new brother or sister come into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, a teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to each other. To speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18 verse 21, Malachi 3 verse 8 to 10, means tithes in the Hebrew, Mahashara, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord give you. Give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocation.
Stay there 1 second. Upcoming holy convocation is the memorial of blowing trumpets. Yeah, Friday, September the 11th.
Friday, September 11th.
Yeah, come on.
2026. I'm sorry. Upcoming holy convocation. We just announced that. Announce holy convocation from sheet. Remind Akim and Akiwat to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, scarf. And with that, men of Israel, I'm Adiam. I'm Adiam Shabbat. I'm Adiam Barak.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakam.
Yehovah Hashem Yahushua Barakam.
With that, Yajamata, class dismissed.